All right, let's get right into it. We need to talk about some urgent warnings coming from two of the heaviest hitters in the AI world. Ilya Sutskever, a co-founder of OpenAI, and Eric Schmidt, the former CEO of Google. They're both basically sounding the same alarm. A massive change is coming, and we are just not ready for how big it's going to be. So let's break down exactly what they're seeing on the horizon. And look, this isn't your typical tech industry hype. That quote comes straight from Ilya Sutskever, one of the people who literally built this revolution. What he's saying is that this moment in history is fundamentally different from anything that's come before. This isn't some sci-fi movie plot anymore. This is reality, and it's unfolding as we speak. So to really get a handle on the scale of this thing, we're going to walk through it in 4 parts. First, we'll look at the subtle ways AI is already here, then the shock wave of disruption that's apparently just a year away. After that, we tackle the massive leap to superintelligence, and finally, what all of this demands from every single one of us. Okay, first up, the world we're living in right now. According to Sutskever, you can't think of AI as some future event. Nope, it's already here. It has completely changed life for students, and it's quietly starting to warp the very nature of work in ways we're only just beginning to figure out. This right here perfectly describes the AI you and I use. It's a computer that gets what we're saying and talks back. It's amazing, it's impressive, but as Sutskever points out, it's also obviously flawed. It makes dumb mistakes. And the thing is, those very flaws create this dangerous false sense of security, right? It makes us totally underestimate just how ridiculously fast it's getting better. In that false sense of security, well, it's about to get completely shattered. We're shifting gears now, from the quiet changes happening today to the absolute shockwave of disruption that Eric Schmidt says is like right on our doorstep. 1 year. Just let that sink in. 1 year. That's the time frame. Schmidt says the consensus among a lot of industry leaders is that the first huge professional disruption isn't decades away, it's not even 5 years away. It's coming in the next 12 months. The speed, the sheer velocity of this is what's catching everyone, even the experts, completely off guard. So who's on the chopping block first? Get this. Schmidt isn't talking about automating simple jobs. He's saying AI will soon be good enough to replace the vast majority of programmers and even mathematicians. We're talking people at the absolute tippy top of their fields. The point here is crucial. AI is coming for jobs that we thought represented the highest levels of human logic and reason. But it goes so far beyond just coding or math. Schmidt explains this idea of AI agents, basically systems that can handle really complex, multi-step projects from start to finish. His example? Building a house. An AI agent could find the land, check all the zoning laws, design the entire building, hire the contractor, and then even sue the contractor if they do a bad job. That one example basically describes every business and government process out there. And this brings us to a massive, massive leap in scale. We're moving beyond AI as just a tool that replaces jobs. Now we have to start talking about the fundamental nature of the intelligence we're building, something that could very soon be way beyond human-level capabilities. The next stop on this train is something called artificial general intelligence, or AGI. And to be clear, this is not just a better ChatGPT. AGI means a system that is as smart and flexible as the most brilliant human you can possibly imagine. Think of a top scientist, a world-class artist, and a master strategist all rolled into one machine. You might be thinking, okay, but how is that even possible? Well, Sutskever has this simple but incredibly powerful way of looking at it. Your brain? It's just a biological computer. It's made of meat, cells, synapses, and if that biological machine can create intelligence and consciousness, he asks, why on earth would we assume a digital machine made of silicon can't eventually do the exact same things? Or maybe even more. Okay, so check out this timeline. This is what Schmidt calls the San Francisco consensus, what many insiders think is actually plausible. Just look at how fast this thing accelerates. In 1 year, major job replacement. In just 3 to 5 years, we hit AGI. And then, maybe a year after that, we could see the birth of ASI, artificial superintelligence. We're talking about an intelligence that isn't just our equal, but could be vastly greater than all of humanity combined. And this right here might be the single most critical difference to understand. The AI we have today, this narrow AI, is started by a human. We give it a prompt, we tell it the goal. But AGI, the AI that's coming, it might be able to generate its own goals. And that right there is a monumental, fundamental shift in our relationship with technology. So, all of this, it leads us to our final and honestly, our most important section. What does this huge, abstract idea of superintelligence actually mean for us, for you and me? This is about the human mandate and what might be the greatest challenge we have ever faced.
This is the absolute core of the warning. Eric Schmidt says it bluntly. This change is happening way faster than our society can possibly handle. Our laws, our democracies, our entire ethical frameworks. They just weren't designed for this kind of speed. And this, he says, is exactly why this whole topic is so dangerously underhyped.
And Ilya Sutskever leaves us with this chilling thought. You can choose to ignore this. You can decide it's too complicated or it's too far off in the future. But the reality is, this is a force so powerful, so transformative, that ignoring it just isn't an option. Its impact is going to find you, whether you're looking for it or not. So this is where we're left. You've got Sutskever and Schmidt, two people at the very center of this, both describing what could be the single greatest test humanity has ever faced. The tech is accelerating, the timeline is shrinking, and the most important question is the one we all have to answer for ourselves. Are we finally ready to pay attention?